I particularly remember an incident when I was 13. I had a really good school friend called Greg. He had white blonde hair and a soft, pale complexion. Greg and I would talk for hours about life and school, and although we had very different backgrounds, we had a good friendship. Or so I thought. One Monday morning, Greg walked into maths. As he entered the room, my jaw dropped. His razor-cut scalp, tight jeans, black boots, and a Union Jack scarf around his neck had all the signs that Greg had become a skinhead. At that point in time in the UK, the word skinhead had become synonymous with neo-Nazism, fascism, and racism. Greg walked into the class and looked straight ahead. He gave me no eye contact, no smile, no hello. He walked up to his desk behind me, but he didn't acknowledge me. I felt so confused and dejected. I just could not understand what had happened. Why was he so distant? Class started and the teacher began explaining complicated fractions on the blackboard. But I couldn't concentrate. I also could not help myself. I turned around to turn to Greg, who was sitting behind me. "Hi, Greg. What's going on? Are you okay?" I remember Greg looking at me. His eyes were cold and angry. And to this day, I will never forget what he said as he looked straight into my eyes. "F off, Packy. Go back to your country." I was stunned, immobilized by his insult. You as well, I thought. If it was his intention to wound me, he had. At that point, the maths teacher noticed that I had my back to him and shouted, Sunita, will you stop talking and turn around? I don't know how many times I have to tell you." I did not hear the rest. Fighting back the tears, I just snapped and retorted, "Sorry, Mr. Rogers, but Greg just called me a Packy." I was anticipating that Mr. Rogers would react and discipline Greg for his racial insult. However, I was astonished to find that I was met with silence. Mr. Rogers looked at me, turned right back around to the blackboard, and continued with the lesson as if nothing had happened. I was devastated and deeply disappointed with both of them. This was a double blow, twice as hard and twice as painful. You see, silence gives consent to bad behavior. And I started thinking, maybe my parents were right. Maybe there was a conspiracy. Maybe the whites were working together to get us out of the country.